Diablo, the Lord of Terror's semi-celestial binds are weakening, allowing him to walk among the mortal world in search of his brothers, the demon lords, Mephisto and Baal. As he draws nearer to his brethren, Diablo's power grows and will eventually permit him to shed his mortal coil. Together, the brothers, also known as the Three Prime Evils, seek out the Worldstone, the heart and soul of this world, with the ultimate goal of corrupting the Worldstone and controlling humanity, drawing ever closer to reality. A small band of adventurers has been plucked from distant realms and thrown together in this new world, placed upon a path with the aim of stopping this corruption before it can consume everything and spread to other dimensions. Welcome to the world of Sanctuary.
Hello, welcome back to Abracadagger. Like, comment, share as always, and well, glad to have you back if you're a returning watcher, viewer, fan, dagger, I guess. But we're gonna jump right into this. We have to squeeze a lot in, and I have to cut it off a little early tonight. So let's get this go. Oh, Rowan, I didn't even ask you. Are you doing the recap this week?
No.
Okay. Wow, Rowan's slacking. Okay, just throwing me.
I've been busy.
Throwing me under the bus. Okay, that's fine. Okay, well, last week, our heroes, adventurers, wannabe heroes? I don't know. Our group.
Roaming solicitation?
Yeah. Sorry, not last week. 2 weeks ago. We did not have a session last week. Our group found themselves teleported to a bluff outside of town, outside of the city of Haragoth, overlooking a battle going on, a siege that is taking place upon the city. They had an interaction with one of the barbarians atop this bluff that started out as an altercation and ended up him bringing them to the gates. They were allowed through after some talking. They made it through the gates. Rowan was able to contact Mala via message spell and found out where she was able to ask some of the locals where exactly that location was within the city and how to get there, because it is a pretty huge city. They made their way to Heinrich's lab, where they ran into Mala and a strange artificer type human named Heinrich. Strange contraptions and chemicals and stuff that he's working on in the shop. They did not get a lot of information as Mala and Heinrich were busy. They had a small conversation with Mala. She said she would fill them on some details later this evening, but her and Heinrich needed to finish up some concoction they were working on that they said had something to do with the awakening ceremony that's to take place on the morrow. Qualkek, the leader of this barbarian tribe, or this city, I guess, had told them he would meet them in the meat hall at sundown to discuss whatever the characters needed to discuss, maybe trade some information. During that time, our friends Rowan and Boros made their way to an infirmary, which Mala called a hospital, where Rowan dished out quite a bit of healing, saving a lot of lives, getting some of the injured back in out of some critical conditions. Where Boros used a couple of tricks that he has up his sleeve to heal some, and then they spent quite a bit of time tending to wounds that they could without magical energies being expended, so bandaging and maybe stitching, things like that. Um, Simon and Draven made their way to the mead hall where they had almost a heart-to-heart. Draven apologizing for so his treatment of the prince. Of Simon and Luke Golain, and then they made their way out the front gates to help in the siege, where Vec and Ross had already made their way to, where they had a little small adventure taking down some creatures and helping some of these barbarians and whatnot, where they exhausted most of their resources and energies fighting over the course of roughly a couple of hours. Made their way back into the city upon nightfall as the shadow of the mountain began to creep across the battlefield here. Ross finding the body of the barbarian that had guided them to the city gates, a man he had promised to meet on the battlefield and fight along his side, and unfortunately, when he found him, the man was dead, surrounded by a mound of creatures apparently that the man had taken down before he fell. But with that, Vec and Ross made their way back into the gate, bringing the man's body in out of respect, and handed him over to some of the locals. They were taking a very short kind of breather there, and then Draven's voice cut through the silence as the portcullis behind them were opened once more, and Draven and Simon came through. Draven proclaiming the exploits of the king on the battlefield, and they kind of met up and headed to the mead hall, which they knew they were supposed to meet some people there in hopes of also finding their friends. And that is where we left off. 1 second. Okay. And with that, we will head over to the mead hall. Everybody's token is here. Yeah, okay. All right. Upon entering the mead hall, you four, Draven, Vec, Simon, and Ross, you do see Rowan and Boros. No, I'm sorry. You do see Rowan and what appears to be Rowan's male twin standing next to her. You don't see Boros anywhere.
So it's just the three of us walking in?
Boros, are we drinking?
Oh,
No,
absolutely.
four of us.
Okay, we're kind of like relaxing over a pint, and Just like friendly and chatting, you know? We're kind of off in the table in a distance, so you guys can't really hear what we're really saying, but you could we know, you know, we're having a good time here.
I will move you guys to one of the smaller
Yeah.
tables in the back here, Rowan.
Okay.
I'll put you on the backside facing the door. That way, y'all would hopefully see your friends if they once they entered. So you would be here, and the rest of you have entered the tavern here, and it's actually maybe you don't see them immediately, but I assume upon entering you would look for your friends. There is quite the crowd in here. It is it's a little rowdy. You see a lot of people in here, still some blood on them. It looks like some of the barbarians from the fighting have come in to eat, drink, maybe rest a bit. Qualkek headed over here. You do spot him almost immediately sitting in the center here. Relaxing with a mug, a very solemn look on his face. He seems to be, his eyebrows furrowed, seems to be in thought. So take it away. What did you guys do here? You know what? Since y'all are looking for them, Boros and Rowan, you do see your friends enter the tavern. Yeah.
Ooh, I see them. I see them. They just came in. So, what kind of story do you want to go with?
Well, you could go long lost brother, happenstance, another unfortunate poor soul who's been stuck in this godforsaken realm for who knows how long.
I mean, we could go with a mix of both. Before, when Skarna left, he kind of taunted me about having a brother somewhere. So we could pretend that you're like my long lost brother, and Skarna kind of kidnapped you and brought you here. Think that could work?
How would we explain the Saloonite armor?
How would that explain what?
The Saloonite armor. Was this brother that Skarna mentioned a part of your order?
You could go with that.
That works well.
Honestly, I was separated from my birth parents, so...
Well, the less you know, the easier it is for us to lie.
Okay, but like, what's your name then? What are you gonna call yourself?
I almost said Steven.
My name is Bob.
Fucking Bob!
My name is Bob.
I can still leave, guys. I mean, listen, it's on the table. I'm just saying.
We're gonna call him Bobbin. We're gonna call him Bobbin.
Cool. Get my smite ready. Let me double check what I have for spell slots.
You should
Okay,
be
good.
exhausted, buddy, from the fighting.
Don't worry, I recovered some. You know, I'm
Oh,
a
okay.
paladin.
Gotcha,
I've
yeah,
got
yeah.
some just enough juice to to do this.
Not exhausted,
Smite
but
an
resource
unsuspecting
exhausted,
Bob.
I guess.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll harness. Invoke my long lost faith to make this happen. Let's
Just-
do this.
Just bring a smite about out of sheer willpower.
Yep.
Just out of sheer hatred of the name Bob.
Yep.
And level 6, even though you can't use level 6.
Exactly.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are here. Draven. Draven's. Him and Simon are still kind of chatting and bullshitting as you and Vic are. I feel. This is my feelings on the matter. I don't know if this is the case, but based on what y'all did and went through last session, Vec and Ross, I feel like there was a little bit of a bond formed there. It seems to be the same with Simon and Draven at the moment. So while y'all walk in as a group of 4, you're still slightly separated. You and Vec up front, and Ross and Simon. Draven and Simon a little behind. So having separate conversations.
I mean, do you want to handle Simon and Draven first?
No, I'm still trying to get Draven, get into the mind of Draven here, so I'll let you and Vec take it away first. If you guys would, I mean, what do y'all do when y'all walk in? Y'all know you're looking for Qualkek and you're looking for your other friends at this moment. So
I'm not looking for Clawkick. I mean, he called
oh, that's
for us.
true. That's true. You
Yeah.
were originally just let's go find our friends. So
Yep.
I'm just tagging along.
if that's your intent walking in here, you can roll me a perception check immediately to see if you spot them. As I said, it is kind of crowded in here. What you jamming to over there, bro?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I'm just hyped, dude.
Oh.
I mean, I'm just listening to this medieval version of Pumped Up Kicks. Oh no, not this one.
Don't spout the names out there, buddy. I don't know if they'll get me for that.
What? I have some shoes. I call them kicks.
Fair enough. All right. I mean, I'm gonna roll because we gotta tell.
I guess I'll roll too.
Yeah.
I guess I'll roll too.
You are quite distracted by the amount of people in here at the
Oh,
moment.
I didn't mean to do advantage. I accidentally clicked it like twice.
So what was
Yeah, so
your
17
first
is
roll
still
was a
perfect.
17, so that's
So
fine.
it's Nan.
Yeah, you walk in and Vec, as you are a little, quite a bit taller actually than Ross, right?
I'm a lot bit taller than Ross. I'm like a whole foot ahead, like a foot
Yeah.
above
You
him.
kind of extend, as a knoll, normally knolls walk in that kind of hunched over fashion, right? And you step in here and you're
Yeah.
looking around and you kind of stand up and you hit that full height and you're
over
able
7 foot,
Yeah.
whatever I put.
7'9". You look
Yeah,
over this
7'9".
crowd here and you spot Rowan and what appears to be another Rowan all the way at the back there.
I immediately point that out to Ross, and I just kind of all of a sudden I just kind of like tilt my head with my ear just flopping to the side a bit and just kind of look confused. Ross found Rowan with other men.
That would draw a frown as you're saying it, and I follow your long arm pointing in the direction. And I mean, I squint and even look forward a bit. Is it me, or do they look slightly? Don't think. And then I start to look at Draven, but he's way too happy for me right now. So instead,
That's fucked
um,
up. That's so fucked up. I don't want to talk to you. You're too happy.
yeah, both Simon and Draven are like, celebrating their victories. We had survival. They had victories. We survived. So,
Y'all did well. Y'all sliced down some monsters too, man.
And then they found our dead friend, so,
Oh, that's
Yeah,
true.
not
Yeah.
not a W for I would say. I think with a like a light pat on your muscle, like your bicep or something. Let's go investigate. Seems these two have rebel rousing to do. And I just shake my head and mutter under my breath.
I'll fall behind him.
Yeah, as Simon Draven walks in, kind of laughing, discussing maybe something y'all had done on the battlefield there. As he says, "Come, I will buy you a drink." And of course, you remember that you don't need to buy anything here, Simon. But look, our friends are leaving us behind. And he takes off up the aisle there, Simon. Actually, he would head over, and as he passes by one of these servers, he would ask her to bring a few drinks to the table where he will be sitting, expecting her to just know or watch where he goes, because that's how Draven operates. Yeah, Draven would stop short seeing that two Rowans, another Rowan there. What is this?
Oh, as you guys approach the table, Rowan's just kind of in the middle discussing with her lookalike. So, anyways, when we heal, we want to clear the wounds first. If we don't have anything strong like alcohol, could use some purified water if we can. Otherwise, we could heal and leave infection inside the body. Oh. Hello. He just looks up, looks at Stu Ross and next staring at us.
Rowan and
Yeah.
Roman. Nice.
Yeah, as Ross is giving this confusing look, I'm just like tilting my head, like just confused as, who this?
Ah, you must be the friends that she was speaking so fondly about. My name is Bobbin.
Fuck out of here.
You see my hand fall to my blade.
This is Ross, not Sean. Come on, man.
No, Ross puts his hand on his blade. He's not, it's just resting on the pommel. Visible.
Like when the
That's
cops
all.
talk to you and their hand just is resting on their pistol.
Yeah.
My mother quite liked sewing, so please excuse the strangeness of the name.
Evidently, both our parents hated us.
That's a lot more true than I would care to admit.
And how have you come to know Rowan? You two seem very familiar.
We had met in the hospital. She came in with this scaly fellow. They were helping out all of the patients, and I decided to lend a hand as well.
I look up at Vec with like a raised brow. I don't know. I something seems off here. I'm gonna wait to see what you do though.
Vec is just like crossing his arm, just looking at Bobbin, and then looking at Rowan. New mates.
Mates?
Sorry?
Excuse me.
Mates?
That would be terribly gross.
Okay. And he's just confused.
And what, Boros?
Oh, still at the hospital. Evidently, all the patients found him very interesting. Given that he has wings and a snout.
They didn't quite like him at first, but they quickly warmed up to him.
All these songs, I can't. You're making me feel older and older.
Adding all of these to my playlist.
Never.
I have this playlist if you want me to send it to y'all.
So funny.
Please send it to me.
Never. Right. I would, you know, I'm sorry. I, as a person, wouldn't do this, but Ross would absolutely do it as he raises his hand and he, with one finger, Rowan, I need to speak with you now. And I think I'm gonna step to the side and just kind of wait, with hands on my hips.
Ooh, you in trouble?
As you step away, you hear Draven across the way. So you're just going to act like I didn't ask what the hell is going on here?
I
I'm
sigh and I
gonna-
get up and then I crouch down to Bobbin. Bobbin?
Look at you! Look at you!
Bobbin.
Look at you.
And I think I'm in trouble.
Move on.
As Rowan is walking away, I'm just gonna like sit next to this new person and just kind of like from the like where I'm sitting, just kind of like stare at them very intently and almost kind of like inspecting them, but visually. Why you look like Rowan?
No, why does anyone look like anyone?
Sibling. Look like each other. You know sibling.
No. I can admit I don't know of any sisters that I have, but the striking resemblance does lend to that theory, so we were trying to catch up to see if our backstories match.
Just a moment, guys. Simon, what are you doing? As you, I presume you see this as well, this Rowan look-alike, but a male version of Rowan, I guess.
Okay.
This motherfucker chilling in his bed. Look at him. The sexy
Okay.
beard. That sexy beard.
Hey, I just got it cleaned up today.
Hey.
What does Simon do here? Sees this dude. Looks at Rowan. Looks at dude. Looks at Rowan. And I think I still got a contact from Thebe.
Jesus, that was yesterday. Or no, that was this morning.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
yeah. So this is where y'all still mingling with patients and doing everything. This is in the hospital or something?
No, y'all are in the meat hall, where y'all were all meeting up.
The
for
mead
evening.
hall now.
Yeah.
Okay. And this dude walked in with Rowan.
No, we've been here.
Yeah, you guys walked in from you and Draven and being on the battlefield. You guys came in,
Oh.
you met up with Ross and Beck. Y'all went to the meat hall, and y'all spotted them sitting at the very back. Rowan and this stranger that looks identical to Rowan, except the male version.
Right, right. Okay. I just want a drink. I'll deal with that later. Nice to meet you, dude.
All right.
Anybody seen Boros anywhere?
In in Thieves' Cant. I will say he may just be a bit closer than you expect.
And Thieves Cant? All right. Simon, yeah, you pick up on that immediately, what he's saying.
Okay. So I kind of realized that this is the new guy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look him in the eye and give him a silent wink.
Okay. You basically Simon comprehends. Goes, oh, okay, and begins drinking.
Vec is going to like just move his head a little bit closer to him, just like to catch a new scent because new person. Who dis?
Oh, give me a perception check. No, this would be. Give me an investigation.
I fucking hate you because you made me do an investigation.
Well, your close inspection is an investigation, not a perception. Sorry.
Yeah, I know that's fine.
Hey, maybe you'll nat 20 that shit.
Yeah, right.
I got all the nat ones. Oh, never mind. Well, yeah.
Wow. No, this person seems to smell like antiseptic and bandages and blood. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm smelling things he's been around, not the actual scent. Okay.
Yeah, you're a little
Still
distracted
confused.
by some of the. I mean, he's got some strongly smelling chemical smell about him. Maybe on his hands. I mean, he was doing some stuff, so.
Smells like Rowan.
Smells like Benadryl.
Benadryl. Did I miss something? Benadryl?
No, just a medicine that has a strong smell to it is all. That's what I
Benadryl
picked.
doesn't have a strong scent.
I think it does.
I know. But then again, I work with pharmaceuticals, so.
Valid.
Sample this pharmaceuticals.
Yeah, Rowan's a drug dealer. She works with pharmaceuticals.
Big pharma. Oh my god.
IRL! Okay.
Brought to you in part by Rowanol.
Rowan Hall. Yeah, Ross. Rowan approaches with a shit-eating grin on her face.
Yeah. My foot is tapping. My right foot is tapping on the ground. The heavy boot just clunk, 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 clunk.
Fucking dad
As
mode.
as you approach, like a finger jabs right into what I don't know if you're still in your armor. Would you say, or would you?
Still in armor.
Okay, yeah, just pokes right into your breastplate.
Hmm?
What exactly do you think you're doing, fraternizing, leaving Boros in this strange place after there has been bloodshed? We don't know who these people are. We have a battle to fight, and one of the prime evils to stop. Yes, he is a handsome man, but this is no time to make whatever you're intending with him.
Whoa. You think I was flirting with my own brother?
You were certain. I'm sorry, what? You. And then I look over, and I look from the young man. I refuse to say his name, and look back at you.
You do notice the half-elven ears on the young man.
I didn't take it for the jealous type, Ross.
Yeah, I guess I'm looking at you and saying, how can you be so sure? What if this is a? And then yeah, I don't really like wait. I like would try to reach for your chin to like look at you to make sure you're not charmed or something.
Well,
Like
this is being very forward.
could be under a spell. Shh, quiet for a moment. And I'm just like looking at you,
I mean,
trying to
that's
see.
why I was talking to him. To see if, like, some things in our backgrounds make sense. Because it's kind of weird, Someone pops up, looks like almost exactly like you. And then, like, I had Skarner in my ears saying that he's gonna find my brother or something. And I'm just like,
I get it now. You're drunk. Like brother, like sister. I see what it is. You've taken up Draven's bad habits.
one full pint.
Well, listen.
What do you mean, picking up Draven's fault? He's like, what do you
Listen.
mean, like brother, like sister? Hold on. What do you mean that I'm acting like Draven? According to him, he doesn't remember anything. So why are you saying I'm acting like him?
Well, for one thing, you're shouting. You're usually more even-tempered than that, so something is obviously wrong. Either you're nervous or you are drunk. So, which would you like to be?
Can't I just be excitable?
You are testing my patience. Have you at least figured out where we are meant to meet? Whoever the leader is here. Yeah, I feel like I don't know that Rowan is usually this flippant. Like it just seems un-Rowan like. Of the serious people, I feel like it's usually Ross, maybe Boros, and then Rowan. And this is like this is almost like Anthony levels of mischief or Simon levels of mischief. I can I tell what's up with her? Like, is she genuinely just like, hey, you know, everything's fine. We're just drinking. Doesn't matter that demons are here. Like, my brother's here. It's all good. We just met.
I had one pint.
You can absolutely do an insight against either persuasion or deception. Your choice, Rowan.
Yeah, no, I gotta try.
Oh,
I will let it
misspelled
let
the
it
shit
be
out of that.
known.
Sorry.
Rowan, do it
Guidance
privately.
Oh,
Do it
okay.
privately. If you guidance yourself, I'm seeing you do that shit, and I'm immediately knowing something's up. I'm gonna smack the shit out of your hands. I don't care. I'm not letting you cast it.
How do
Josh.
I can't do a private
Yeah,
roll. It's just public.
While you guys are
self-roll.
bickering, you're gonna see this male Rowan kind of stand up and excuse himself to the restroom.
Oh shit. Okay.
Rowan, change it from public to private GM roll.
Oh yeah. That way, just you and I can see it. Okay. Okay.
This is worth it. I'm doing it.
Adam, did you see what I rolled?
Yeah. So the problem is, man. In most cases, an auto crit would be a success. But that's only in like attacks and saving throws and stuff like that. In this instance, because the numbers matter, the bonuses. In this instance, Ross, you notice she's you barely notice. There's some that shit-eating grin on her face is just there's something off. She's not being honest with you about something.
Yeah, this is something purposely done. She's not being like ditzy.
Right.
She's affecting.
She is not
it.
drunk.
Okay.
She is not. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
She's up to something.
You see my like shoulders raise a bit, and like a darkening cloud. Just my brows come together until the ridges in my forehead are just like folding in on each other. The hand, the red hand of the red hand is
Yeah.
glowing brightly.
In this exact moment, you see the other Rowan male walk past you guys going towards the back.
I would look to her and say, "All right, if you don't want to say anything, I'll find out for myself." I grab my sword, unsheath it, and I begin following after the other world.
Oh, you are not threatening him. Absolutely not.
Oh, why not? Unless there is something you're not telling me. Rowan, you're better than this.
Are we still in the mental
What do you
link?
mean I'm better than this? You don't know me.
Yeah.
None of you know me.
You are still in the mental link because it was a 9-hour roll and it has not been 9 hours.
9 hours. Bacon.
Boros, you are not.
Bacon.
You were excluded because.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
true. Because we needed to connect to the now dead barbarian. Thanks, DM. Super useful roll. Jeez. Can we at least be connected to his soul as it
It'd
drifts
be-
into the afterlife?
It be what it be.
Just go straight to hell. Just ah! Oh, you're reconnecting?
Yep. Figured the other dudes, he's
You-
gone.
Yeah. At the same time that you're kind of figuring this out about Rowan, the other Rowan or Bobbin walks past. You grab your sword and you feel that presence that you have become familiar with Simon flicker briefly, as if there was a change.
Does he connect to the whole party, Simon, or do you leave someone out? Because you can choose how many you connect up to.
I got everybody who's.
You just reconnected to the group minus the barbarian.
Yeah.
Well, could we look at it as, y'all don't realize or all of a sudden he's gone, somebody else pops in, instead of just establishing.
Like an added person to the call.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Gotcha.
I conference called somebody and booted another person.
I would be okay with it. Like you feel the presence, and now you feel another presence within it. Like you feel the presence of each of the members that are connected.
Yeah.
So
Have we
like-
ever established that though? That unless, not to be like a control freak or anything, but if I, since I'm the hub, right? Wouldn't that be at my discretion?
Well, let's come up with a way to rule on it and keep it for continuity. You know what I mean? How would you like it to happen? Let's go ahead and figure that out.
Shit. By default, everybody will, know who's in the chat, or unless I specifically
Add
mention
someone
it
and you don't want them to know.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. So going forward, that's how it'll work. By default, unless otherwise said by you, when the connection is made, everybody will just automatically know who is in the connection, unless you state otherwise.
Okay.
So in this instance, Simon, everyone knows, or
Nope.
Okay, we don't know.
You feel somebody drop.
Gotcha.
And
Okay.
That's it. Okay.
All right. Yeah, Rowan, you kind of go off about not knowing you, and you would see a moment where my expression goes from like, dad browbeating to flickering to a blankness, and then you feel like as your grip is on me, like I kind of go slack a bit. I would have hoped that the people whom you've shared your fears with, where you come from with, whom you've lived and died beside with, would know something about you.
Now the guilt trip.
But
Some things, but not all things.
yes, well, I can tell you, if that man is your brother, then I'm your grandfather. Now release me. I'm going to question him. Yeah, I'm gonna try and yank my arm away, and I'm going after this guy, because you're not being honest with me, and something's fishy. So, yeah, where'd he go? You see me full steam ahead, unless you try to stop me.
I'm gonna follow after you, kind of like huffing, like, so what? Am I supposed to call you Pawpaw now?
You can call me whatever you want as long as you tell the truth. Like I said, Blade out. Where did he go, DM? Tell me.
Boros, grab your
You
token.
would have seen me headed toward the lavatories.
Okay, yeah, they are actually in. Wait, where's the doorway? Hold on, I gotta find the door to the lab.
I think it was over here. I thought it was over there.
They are back here. Why is there not a doorway? What?
All right, well.
Pub don't got
Simon.
bathrooms.
I'm gonna make a door. Hold on.
There's gonna be a scene. Just letting you know, I'm about to kick this door down.
Simon covers his shit-eating grin with a big swig from his mug.
Yeah. So this. Yeah. You see the opening now? Yeah.
Yep.
That was just a wall there. I don't know why it wasn't a doorway. There was no way
Oh,
in there. Like what the hell?
I swear I thought I saw a door there, but okay.
Oh, maybe there was. I don't know.
Okay.
But yeah. There you go.
Yeah, Rowan, you follow me all the way to the door. I don't
Wait, no,
open
you
it immediately.
can't go in there. The impropriety of it.
Yeah, I give you, I look at you. I can't even keep my face straight. This is absolutely ridiculous. Um, you got, and I am not being quiet at this point. Then tell me the truth.
People are starting to look. As y'all are getting kind of loud, there are people around. Ross, you wouldn't notice, but Simon and Draven and Vec would start to notice that a little bit of the chatter starts to kind of quiet down, and heads are starting to turn to see what the hell's going on.
No, just because you're jealous that we're suddenly having fun.
Having fun? Having fun?
Oh shit!
Those lies out there are lost and you're having fun? Alright, let me have fun too then. I'm gonna kick the fucking lavatory door open.
Jesus Christ. Boros, or Josh, I'm sorry. What does he see when the door is kicked open?
He still sees this male Rowan. Mostly surprised that the door has been kicked open. Do you always make it a habit of following men into the restroom, Ross?
Yep, not listening to you. You say Ross?
Sure do.
Yeah. You say that and I don't stop, I don't miss a beat. Still in full stride, 2 strides, and the blade is like brought up to your throat.
No, 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 no.
It's alright, Rowan, I've got this. You know, I'd have thought you a little wiser. Taken a little closer look at those you suspect. As you feel something start wrapping around your arm, not pulling, but gently squeezing, as the visage of this male Rowan starts to burn away in flames. And as his body's revealed, you see Boros' tail wrapped around your arm.
You would watch me keep a pretty unplacated face or expression as, you know, the illusion wears away. And what was this for? Is this the fun that you two were having when we're supposed to be busying ourselves for what could be our final mission?
Oh, what's a final mission without a little bit of enjoyment? We saved plenty of lives today. We can
And-
save plenty more tomorrow, but who's to say that we're not allowed to enjoy ourselves in the few moments that we have between?
Well said.
Yeah, I look at you for a moment. Do you say this with a calm face? Do you say it condescendingly? I know
No,
you're,
I say it calmly and with a slight smile on my face.
I think I would look at you and say, our time right now is not for joy. You can take it if you wish, but I will not have even the slightest, not while there are dead out there, not while there are demons at the gates of this city. So, forgive me for having a measure of what the gravity is of the situation. Let me leave you all to your jests. Perhaps you can speak to Vec about the blood that soaked into his fur, or the man that we had to carry back because he had to fight his way out there to save his brothers and failed. Have your fun then. I would try to shake your tail off.
I'd release you. Before you go, Ross, just remember, not every single moment is life or death, even in the face of the great dangers. You must learn to see the light next to the shadows. You cannot simply live in them.
Those are words for those who have the luxury to speak them. The dead do not, and it is for them, their memory and honor, that I will continue to fight. I'm gonna turn, and I look at Rowan in the door, and yeah, Rowan, for you, I don't know how to describe the expression. It's... You might have seen me look at... No, you've actually never seen me look at Draven this way. It is a mixture of, like, disappointment and sadness. You can see, like, you know, just downturned lips, my brows frowning, my shoulders, like, just heavy with the burden. I'm a Debbie Downer. That's fair. He wears it, but after, like, the grueling grind that we just went through today and all the things we did to get here, yeah, for Ross, you could tell that there was a sense of companionship that he had, and you two understanding, like, like the stakes are high, man. We gotta pull this off, and yeah. Instead, now you see, okay, you've got another opinion, so if
I
you'll
will
excuse
speak
me.
to you later.
You guys are still in the bathroom?
No.
Blocking the way.
Oh, you're blocking the way?
I'm blocking the way. You are still inside of the bathroom. I am right outside that door.
All right, yeah, we're still in the bathroom then. Is there anyone else who wants to join
Join
Boros and Ross in the bathroom? This is the quietest Draven's ever been, by the way, guys.
All I see is that, you know, Boros and Ross went into the bathroom and Rowan's standing there watching whatever's going on.
She's recording it. Just
Yeah, I've already started on my second mug, so
taking notes.
I'm having thoughts.
Don't let the intrusive thoughts win, Simon.
Ross,
Yeah.
We'll speak later. She just says it calmly and then steps back, letting you leave the door.
Yep. I say nothing to that. Making my way past you. Vec, what are you doing? I'm coming by you, and I don't know how much of it you witnessed, how much of it you paid attention to,
You
but
probably heard it's a lot of screaming and we're right next to the door.
I mean, that's valid. Vec could just be zoning out and zenning out, man. He went from, a raging berserker to a monk, because I would too with this nonsense.
I believe during all this, Vec, whether you're trying to pay attention to what's going on with your friends or not, Draven's talking your ear off with the exploits of him and Simon on the battlefield.
Oh, God.
You know how Draven is, man. He is all, trying to get all the attention and make sure everybody knows all his exploits. But he seems to be talking Simon up a good deal, which is almost out of character for Draven.
As I was in real life doing an emergency fan replacement on my computer and listening to all of this happening, and hearing Draven just literally talking my ear off, I'm just listening to everything that's going on, and I'm just thinking in my head, I forgot why I was here.
What?
Is this an existential crisis? Did y'all just break Vec, bro?
Wait. Here, where is here? The meat hall or this world?
No, he's talking about life. What is my reason?
Oh
While
fuck!
I was in the mead hall, I forgot the well, not like me, but the character.
Yeah,
But then
yeah.
I just snap back after I like take a swig and after like hearing what's going on in the lavatories, and then hearing Draven, and he just sighs.
Meanwhile, there is
And
a huge plate of meat. Almost all meat and some breads. No sides, no veggies, no fruits, no nothing placed on the table there by one of the serving women here.
he instantly perks up and starts digging into the meat, almost to the point where it's like, should I really go over there and see what's going on? Like, cause you're Ross is still over there, like kind of locked behind the door because of Rowan, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it can be whatever time point you want.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's just hearing all of this going on, and he's just like drinking, listening to Draven, taking a haunch of meat and just chewing into it, and just, I guess, just looking around at the bar while he's listening to everyone talking all at once.
Okay. I would say that it's at, as Rowan lets me out, that I'd walk by, and Vec, well, even if you're eating, that's fine. I don't know. You've already bitten my arm off once, so at this point, if it's gonna happen, GG's. I don't know. I will put a hand on your back and give like a brief pause, not too long, maybe a 1-2 heartbeat kind of thing, and at least try to lean close enough that I could speak into your ear, which shouldn't be difficult. You're pretty tall, even sitting. Watch over them. It seems they're hell-bent on forgetting our reason for being here, even if for a moment.
What happened? What
Now
about you?
I'm fine. I need to be away. Maybe some alcohol. Alone.
You kind of like just see him like visibly like almost kind of like lower his shoulders a bit, kind of like he's just a little bit sad and I'll stay here then.
Yeah. I kind of like, you feel that weight, that trust. Like, today has been big for us. I don't know. Vec might just be like, dude, this guy's way too fucking intense. He's coming on too strong right now. I am deleting his number from my phone. But yeah, you would feel a pressure, and worry not,
The
my
guy
friend.
with the flaming skull is going to go sulk, I guess.
As always. Yeah, just tell you don't
Sasuke,
worry about
calm
it.
down.
Never.
Yeah, Ross, this is just for you. As you approach the bar, now again, I will say that there are way more people in here than what you see on the map, but I didn't want it to lag or bog down with that many tokens. So just pretend there are people everywhere.
Yeah, keep in mind, I'm not actually sitting on a stool. I'm trying to, as soon as I can, even between the people, I imagine they're all kind of big, husky, not even all of them, but a lot of them are big, husky barbarian folk celebrating. I would try to wheedle my way through and, I slam down some coin. It's different from this world, but...
Yeah. As you are walking by, you just happen to catch a conversation of a man saying to one of the warriors saying to another warrior, happen to be these are male and female. We fight for the living, honor the dead, and do not forget to live ourselves in the process. Which kind of hits home with exactly what just happened with you and Rowan and them. But as you walk up and put some coin on the counter, you find you a spot to get in there between some of these bodies. And the man looks at you and he waves away your coin. And
I would call a room.
Did I? Hang on.
You also don't need to have it on the map, DM. It's okay. We can theater of mind this. I promise.
No, that's fine. I thought I did actually have a.
Okay.
I do
If
have
you do,
one. I just
great.
didn't load it, so it's fine.
Okay, yeah, just move me somewhere. You know, if there are free drinks to be had, I would grab one, and follow their directions to that room.
Okay. Yeah. This man does speak common, as he is in a tavern that gets many people. He has to speak the languages, so he informs you that the rooms are free, as well as the food and drink for friends, especially for people that are helping with the situation going on. And he would have one of the this one, a younger male, maybe 20-ish or so, come over and lead you to where they have the rooms at for people to stay.
If this the one looks like Bob and 2, I am committing murder tonight. I'm just
No,
saying.
no, he does not.
All right.
This is he actually. You can tell he's not a young kid, but he still has that innocence and the freckles across his cheek and a little tuft of hair. A little shock of hair that's unkept, and he tells the young man in the language you've heard spoken in here, and the young man just nods his head and he kind of waits for you to follow him.
Yeah, I go.
All right. You could just hide off in the corner, or you can leave your token there. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. I'm just gonna go back here with the meat, I guess.
Okay.
Hey, let us know which room you got.
B2.
Like, there you go. All right, B2.
Yeah, I would say you'd probably have to ask the barkeep, because you guys, you and Draven, and then Rowan, and then Boros, like everyone's just having way too much fun. So, it seems to have struck a nerve.
Did I put it in the wrong place? Is that what I did? I'm sorry. This is bugging me. I know I made a freaking thing
I knew it would.
because I remember specifically doing the walls and the lighting.
Oh my God. Damn, we just want to play D&D,
It's
please.
fine. We can keep going. Y'all are discussing things.
Just let us play.
Y'all are discussing things. You don't need me at the moment unless you know.
Okay, what is everyone else doing? You guys can enjoy the rest of your evening.
I go up to the bartender, and I ask.
There it is.
You asked him.
Did you stroke out for a second?
I think I did, dude. Smells like toast. Shit. And cinnamon. So I ask.
You
I'm
got
gonna
it.
be conscious of that shit all night.
got it.
I asked the bartender if he has an unopened bottle of whiskey.
DM.
Sorry, yeah, I was placing the token.
See, I told you.
But I did have the map. I did have the map. I just
You
forgot
did.
what I
You
named
did. He does have the map, guys. I'm just letting you know.
Okay.
DM's on it.
I'm sorry. You're asking the bartender for what?
A bottle of
Unopened
whiskey.
bottle.
Oh my
Unopened
God.
Oh yeah.
bottle of whiskey.
Yeah. Pretty much whatever you need as far as tavern supplies go, they have. And he reaches under, and you hear the clanking of jars as he grabs. He looks over at the table where you've come from, and he sees your friends, and he sets two jars on the table. I mean, on the bar for you.
Okay. Could I get a pitcher of water as well?
He says,
And 2 glasses.
He says, sure. How about I have them delivered to your table?
Yeah, that's fine. That'll work. Put
did
him
Rowan come back
in
to the
front
table
of
yet?
me.
I'm sorry,
What?
Vec, what was that?
I'm sorry if I interrupted. I just wondering if Rowan came back to the table or not.
Yeah, I closed the bathroom door. Letting Boros get to whatever he was doing there, and then go back to the table.
Yeah.
I
okay.
guess as you were coming back, and I kind of just look at you and just, what happened?
Ross and I need to have a talk.
About what?
Evidently, he has an issue with us being too happy.
Sorry.
No,
It just sounds
actually,
fucked up.
no, it's something different from that.
It's a problem with us being happy.
That is pretty wicked.
Boros is gonna come out of the restrooms, a lavatory. He has an issue with us spending our time with jovialities instead of counting the clock to the next doomsday.
Vivek is gonna look at you, Boros, and when did you come in from hospital?
Did you not see me? I just came in.
No.
Well, that's quite alright. I hope you're enjoying your drink.
It's alright. Not strong enough. More like water.
And during this moment, a young man comes and places a tray on the table and offloads 2 jars of some amber-colored liquid, maybe a dark brown liquid, a pitcher of water, and 2 glasses, setting them down in front of Simon.
Cool. I flipped the guy a coin.
He catches it. He looks awkwardly at the coin, as if that's not like. He just kind of looks at the coin, looks at you, and he nods, and you see him tuck the coin away and pick up the tray and take off.
All this gold and nothing to waste it on. So, anyways, I stand up. I gather all the stuff in one arm, and with the other one, I go, man, fellas, we've been through it these past couple days. Let's enjoy this little brief moment. Let off some steam, release some worries. Tomorrow morning, we'll get right back at it. But tonight, let's have this. And with that, I gather up everything. Oh, wait, no, go ahead.
Past couple days? You mean past couple months?
Well, I mean, considering it's back to back, you kind of get used to the trauma stacked. So then, kind of like it gets worse as time goes on. So the rest isn't as bad as what's happened now, so to speak.
Fair enough.
And kind of like a base, like over the past few months, there was a baseline. Oh, you heard that? That's my phone. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, it's just
It
text.
sounds like a
Yeah.
fart.
It does.
Uh-huh,
It's just
sure.
text messages.
No, when my wife texts me, that's what, yeah. So anyway, crap, I forgot what I was saying. Anyways,
It was sounding good too.
it probably was. You hit a baseline level of trauma and you just sit on that all day. And then, once you hit a new level for an extended period of time, it becomes your new baseline. So, yeah. Are you
Sounds-
fully Boros again, by the way?
I
Or are
was
you
never
still
not.
like? Say again.
I was never not. I've always been fully
Okay.
Boros.
But
Okay.
I think he's
Cool,
asking
cool.
Josh.
Well,
like,
no,
have you
the-
dropped the disguise?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay, cool. Never mind. All right. Well, I'll see you fellas later. With that, I'll pick up everything and head to B2.
All right. I will pull you to that as well. Ross, you can. Some of the doors are locked. Some of them are not. You can, whichever doors are not locked, you can go into and pick your room. Simon, I'm dropping you now. Make your way upstairs. There you go. Draven at this point has seeing this conversation to get a little serious. Still being caught up in the mood that he was in. He's kind of wandered over and found a couple of ladies to talk to.
So lucky I can't see him right now. Oh my god.
So, as things with your group kind of settle down a little, Ross headed upstairs or off to a room. Simon seems to have followed. Vec chowing down on some food. The man that y'all saw at the front gate stands and approaches the table. As he does so, you get a good look at this guy. Prestidigitation, gotcha. Again, long gray beard, long gray hair. Probably for human, 50s, maybe early 60s, but still very very sturdy looking, standing up straight. He's still very large, and not large. He's very, I guess, hardy looking for a man his age. He is scarred. You see some scarring on his face, like a few different little scars on his face. Nothing that stands out, like, but just as he, now that he's standing this close to you, you can see little nicks and scratches that never fully healed up, left a scar. He approaches the table and, may I sit?
Please, go ahead.
Alright, yeah, he'll, you know what, I'm gonna put Draven over here. Oops, I put him off the map. Damn.
Oh, dang.
There we
Oh,
go.
we ever do.
He flirts too hard.
As the man squeezes in between the tables here and has a seat, he looks at you. Yep, Simon is gone too. Let me put him back here. He looks at you three, as you're the only three left at the table. Are your friends going to join us?
They are not.
Very well. So, you are here. He doesn't smirk. He doesn't do. You have a pretty high passive insight, right, Rowan? Let's see. Oh yeah. He doesn't. He kind of smirks, but he doesn't do it as if he's like judging or in disbelief. But he kind of smirks at the thought, I guess, of. So you guys are here to stop Baal.
That's the plan.
There is a problem. A few problems actually. One problem is you need to get out of the city. As you can see, that will not be easy.
You mean past the army?
Yes. There are tens of thousands, if not more of them, as they just keep funneling up through. When the siege began, we could barely see the fighting from the front gate. Now it is on our doorstep. There is, and you see him kind of sigh. He closes his eyes. There is a way out of the city that I refuse to put my men on. But you can speak to Heinrich about his flying contraption. Oh, one more thing that I forgot to tell you guys. I said I was going to when I started recording. Mala told you guys that the Temple of the Ancients was a few days west, a couple of days west. It is about a week on foot west. Not a couple of days. That's the mistake I made last week. I'm sorry. So I needed to correct that. Essentially on another mountain peak. Because that's all that's around you is mountain peaks.
And to be clear, a week is 7 days.
7 days, yeah. Yeah. So, anyways, he mentioned something about Heinrich's flying contraption. My men refuse to step foot on it. If Heinrich has, well, some good days. But most of the things he comes up with are not to be trusted. There are side effects or unforeseen dangers that he tends to overlook.
I suppose that comes with any type of innovation. But the alternative is to go through the army.
Unfortunately, yes. The city was designed in this way. Defensively. There is only one way to enter the city, and that is the front gate. I understand that also locks us in, as there is no means of escape, but from a defensive position, we know exactly where the enemy is coming from, unless they come from the sky, and we have ways to deal with that as well.
Okay, so that's problem number one. What is the second problem?
The flying contraption. If you decide to take that route, that is a huge problem, but it will be yours.
Okay, so we have twofold problem. Week's worth of traveling on a cold, snowy, enemy-infested mountain. And an enemy probably days, weeks were ahead of us. Oh dear.
Our last bit of information we got. Baal had not yet found the temple, but this is only a matter of time for a creature such as that.
And he'll no doubt be expecting us.
That is a wise assumption. Word of your exploits have traveled even to here. If we know, you can assure he knows.
Okay.
I will help you in any way that I can, but my warriors, many have died, and we are quite limited. We have more warriors coming tomorrow.
From outside Haragal?
From within.
Within.
Tomorrow is a ceremony of awakening. We usually do this once a year, but given recent events, we have been doing it every couple of days to replenish what we have lost.
Does this have anything to do with the warriors with children's faces?
You see, a kind of a frown, like his whole face almost frowns as he looks. He kind of looks down, and maybe even a little frustration as he says, "Yes, we." He looks around and you see him point towards the young man that had delivered y'all's plate of drinks and whatnot a few minutes ago. The man he points to is he's young. He's probably 20 or so, but again, the same thing when y'all came into the city and y'all see the children that are scrawny looking. He also appears to be kind of scrawny. No muscular tone to him at all. We are not born, and then he points to himself like this. We choose to go through the ceremony of awakening when we reach our 20th year. It is not forced upon us. But in the last couple of weeks, we have lost thousands of our warriors. And as the leader of the city and the protector of the Temple of the Ancients and the Worldstone, I decreed that all children of age were to go through this on a daily basis, or as fast as they can reproduce the concoction. Unfortunately, we are down to the children of 16 and 17 years of age.
After awakening, it is permanent?
It is permanent. I was once in an appearance much like the waif you see there. I chose to go through the awakening. As are all of the warriors you see in here.
What exactly does this awakening entail? What is the process?
It is a concoction our ancestors came up with. I don't even know how long ago. I believe the concoction was the concoction was created by some of our ancestors and the Celestials as a way to create warriors to protect the temple. Go ahead, Vec.
No, he was just kind of like just wondering
Oh.
about that as well.
It was
What
never.
does it do?
Well, it turns a normal waif of a man into a raging warrior. There are side effects at times. Some must be put down immediately, for they lose control and go on a rampage through the city.
So a concoction created by your ancestors, seemingly celestial in origin, that causes your minds and bodies to accelerate to that of a rampaging warrior.
Sometimes it breaks the mind. Not often. Maybe 1 in 1,000 or so.
Has that happened since the siege started?
It has. We've had to kill a few of them. This is not something I do lightly, for it is my decision that has led them to taking the concoction at early ages. As I said, before this evil came here, it was a choice they made on their own. It was never forced upon them.
And the next ceremony is tomorrow, correct?
I believe I believe Heinrich is ready, yes.
I should like to see this ceremony for myself.
It is an all-day thing. It takes... Well, we can only do so many at a time, because we have to have them in chains and be ready to end their lives if necessary, and we cannot do to all of them at once. We do not have the manpower. So you will see it if you are here tomorrow.
Will it be in the
You-
square?
It happens in their home, with their family, and their family is the one to put them down.
In the mental link. This is kind of a grim ceremony, isn't it?
Children going to war is nothing new.
Well, even if it wasn't a child, the fact that they're simply ingesting some concoction, possibly going crazy and having to be put down by their loved ones. What on earth even sparked this?
Desperation. Necessity.
It doesn't make me feel any better about it.
It's not supposed to.
Okay. And out loud. And we will try to see one of these ceremonies ourselves tomorrow.
And in the meantime, we'll prepare to leave. I need to see about.
Oh shit, I'm muted. I'm so sorry. Um,
Damn, can't believe.
yeah. Discuss with your friends how you would like to leave the city. I may be able to spare a handful of warriors, mind you, only 4 or 5, to try and get you through the lines, but there is no guarantee. The monsters are hundreds deep in places. I would hate to see you come this far just to die on the front lines of a siege where you do not belong.
Thank you. We will make our discussions tonight.
He kind of snorts. I would also hate to see you take off in the flying contraption and go down 100 feet outside of the gate, but that is a decision you must make with your friends.
I need to reach out to someone.
Mind you, one last thing. Heinrich's contraptions, while at times fail spectacularly, when they do work, they are quite the sight to see. Quite almost a miracle. I do not know how he does what he does. I can spare a few things to help as well on your journey. You saw the liquid that was shot into the warriors on the battlefield. This is a very powerful healing agent. I can spare a few of these as well. Mind you, we need to keep most of our supplies to keep our warriors standing on the battlefield. Heinrich as well has other. You see him kind of look up. To use this word again, concoctions you may want to inquire about. Trusting him is at your own demise, possibly? With that, we'll pause this. Simon, as you go upstairs, are you looking for Ross? Or were you just headed upstairs just to be on your own?
Yeah, I was going to his room.
Oh, okay. Ross, yeah, I mean, do you leave your door open? Do you go, like, what are you doing when you go? Are you going up there to be alone and get away from this nonsense that these people are up to? Or, like, what are you doing?
Yeah, 100%. I would. I think it would be safe to say, though, that you could hear heavy footsteps pacing, and I would say Simon, because well, Mike, why are you so close to my mouth? I think Simon, you have the senses to pick this up, even it's super soft.
Because he wants to know what that mouth do.
No, shush, DM.
Sorry. Yeah, Simon, you absolutely. When you walk upstairs, there's almost like as you're coming up the stairs, you hear.
DM, pause 1 second.
Mhm.
Anthony, check founder. You would hear that walking by one of the doors.
Okay. Also, Would hear what? Wow, you sent a message to him?
Mm-hmm. You don't have the thing.
What
Ah,
thing?
Yep.
got him.
Yep.
What thing do I not have?
Oh, there
The
was a mod that
whisper
allowed
mod.
you to have access to all the
I wonder if
whispers.
that's the one, one of the ones that got disabled with the new version.
Yeah, I'll send it to both of you though.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I don't have to see everything. I was just wondering why it didn't pop up because they normally see all that. Anyways, Ross, I don't know if you noticed this because you were kind of in your thoughts in this, as you were coming up the stairs. But Simon, you absolutely noticed that as you're coming up the stairs, as soon as you hit that halfway mark, it is dead silence. Like you don't hear anything from the tavern below. And I imagine, if I may take some liberties here with your character, you stop, you step back down one step, and you hear everything again. You catch that next step, gone, dead silence.
That's exactly what I did.
But as you come upstairs, you whatever, you hear Ross, as he said, kind of pacing. You hear footsteps. Well, you hear pacing. There are rooms up here. You're uncertain if it is actually Ross or not, but then you hear the voice that, to clarify who it is that you're hearing. You are still connected too. Y'all could always talk like that. Say, hey, where you at, man?
Yeah. I walk up to the door that I'm gonna, with all my deductive reasoning, figured out Ross might be behind. I knock. And as I knock, I say through the mental link to Ross. General Ross, in my best impression of Ross. And then as soon as that gets out, I go, hey man, and through the door.
The pacing stops. The footsteps pause. You imagine probably like 5 or so feet. And then a single stride brings, you can tell I'm probably right behind that door. What can I do for you?
I brought drinks. I heard you mention down below you were about to imbibe.
If I take the reprieve too far, I might not enjoy this evening. It intended. But if you would like, you can certainly enter if you wish. A moment, please. To clean this place up. It's in shambles.
Yeah,
And,
man.
Yep.
Let
Go
me
ahead,
know when you're tidied up, dude. I'll just be right here. And I sit down. You hear Simon sit down, clinking, clattering.
You never hear the footsteps leave the door. You kind of hear efforts. You just hear like breathing. It kind of it's erratic, and then it slows, and it slows over the course of call it 6-7 minutes, and then finally you would door handle. Is it a twist handle or is it just a handle you pull, DM? I don't know if it matters.
It is a handle you pull, just a normal handle, and then inside there is a bolt for you to latch it shut if you need to.
Yep, you hear the bolt slide, and then the door opens. I need to get closer to the door. Blink. Not sure where you are.
Oh, I was actually,
Yep, that's
like up against here.
Yeah. I open the door and, 1 foot out. You would see it looks as if my eyes are red rimmed and I look pretty bad, even for the time. I mean, I imagine it's been like half hour, maybe hour, since you guys heard from me. But it's not much. Certainly no soldiers' quarters, but uh, come in. And
I come in.
what did you need to speak about over those drinks? I eye the the decanter of whiskey suspiciously.
I don't know, man. Sounds like you just kind of need to, you know, relax a little bit, dial it back. You know, I know we've been through some shit, bro. Fate of everything rests upon us. Um, I get that, dude. You know, and you've got. Side note: Simon is aware of your, infestation. You know,
You make it sound like he's diseased.
Right?
well, no,
Tell
you know
me,
what I
tell
mean.
me how you feel without telling me how you feel.
Well,
No, go ahead.
man, all I know is that you got this mark on your face. Your shit catches on fire. Do I know, about your?
Yes.
Okay.
You are at least aware that I have made some deals.
Okay.
Which is one is the result of the hand on my face. You also know that I took one of the soul stones and you've not seen it again.
Okay. Yeah, dude. Just kind of just get wasted, dude. You know. If not, well, I can leave you here to, deal with your own problems. Or I can make you a promise though.
That
Once we save this place, do what we got to do with Baal and the Worldstone and all that. You still got that, by the way, huh?
yes, I do. Um, I'm holding it.
Okay, cool, man. Just checking up on things. But yeah, once we're finished with all of this, we're gonna go back to the island that I left from, dude. It's peaceful. It's beautiful.
What? You you're not. You don't intend on going back to Alagon?
Well, yeah, we got to make a stop first.
Oh. Like relief, just instant. There was like panic for a moment, like what?
Like ass pucker, and then, whew.
Yeah, man, think about it. We finish up what's going on here. Do we really just want to go jump right back into some more shit? How about we just, hang out on the island, chill out, eat some coconuts, you know? Hopefully the monkey situation isn't, another problem since I've been gone, you know? But that's a story for another time. So, and with that, I crack open the, bottle of whiskey, fill some glasses, prestidigitate some ice cubes into the glasses that I brought. Here you go, bruh.
I have a seat and take it to this.
How is it?
And you see me take it down. I mean, you can tell I'm either just a very stout mofo or I'm pretty practiced at this. But there's something about the way that, you know, my jaw kind of moves that you can tell that I'm picking out subtle flavors. And I would say not bad. Certainly lacking in subtlety, but sharpness is probably what's needed for this kind of evening. It keeps you feeling alive, you know?
The struggle is real.
It is a struggle, isn't it? So many things to do, so many expectations. Tiring.
Yeah. Oh, you need another one? There you go.
Yeah. Yep, I take another one. Can I
Now,
ask you a question, Master?
yeah,
I
man.
mean, Simon. 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 Ooh, you really believe that we're going to come out victorious? There's not even a shadow of a doubt that something will go wrong?
Well, the more I think about it, the more thoughts like that tend to creep up. So, what I've started doing is just taking it day by day, you know?
Yes, of course. I say, nodding and, smiling. The kind of mindset that a good leader would have. Someone who inspires others.
No, kind of like you, right? I mean, you're the guy who put us all in these tactics and stuff when we gotta put the chop on the bad guys, right? So,
Oh, uh, no, I'm just an old sword. Draven was the one to make people laugh and bring them together, and he's usually good at creating nonsense in the moments between chaos. It's a gift and a curse, but I'm only made for one thing, Simon, and I'm good at it, and I like it. And sometimes I hate that there's really nothing else for me. But it is who I am.
It is at that very moment that you hear.
You
From
can't see me! No, I'm done. I'm sorry, I had to.
It is at that moment you hear a familiar laugh, jovial laugh, and the giggling of what sounds like a couple of women as you hear Draven. Yes, I will show you exactly what I am talking about. To see him, you hear him walk by the door with apparently a couple of friends that he has made as they head clomping down the hallway past your door.
Uh, I glance over my shoulder and Simon, we were doing good. We were making our way back to just like being even tempered, and you can see it. A creeping vein just crawling along my temple, making its way up across my forehead and into my hairline.
wow, man, why does he upset you so?
Because he's an idiot. That's why.
Well, to me, it seems like he's just a guy that found a way to deal with his found a way to deal with to lighten the mood for everything. Yeah.
Is that what you call it? I call it running away from responsibility or taking things in the least serious manner so that when there are bad consequences, you never have to face them. Believe me, I've seen him at his best and his worst. Tell you about his days as a gladiator. I imagine he would
Did
have.
he tell me? Yeah, he told me a little bit. Not much. I mean, he called my city a shithole.
Well, they called it a shithole because they made him fight against his will very often. Mind you, he was good. One of the best I'd ever seen in the arenas. That said, he was a man who doesn't enjoy violence. He wants people to be happy. He wants people to pursue that happiness. I can understand that. What I will never understand is that he is willing to wreak chaos everywhere he sets foot in that pursuit of happiness.
Is it intentional chaos, or is it really just, the consequences of, okay, well, yeah, his poor choices?
The day that Draven thinks before he opens his mouth is the day that the gods will descend and declare that all death has been banished from reality.
Okay, so all we need to do is get him to admit that, and we don't have to fight shit anymore.
Yes, well, you'd be fighting the shit coming out of his mouth because he'd be lying.
That's
Believe
easy
me.
to do it. Silence. Whew. We got a wizard who can do that.
Suppose. We probably don't talk about it much, but we were part of an adventuring band. We worked closely with some people, and we got here anyway. And it was some of our best times, but it also proved that Draven he's his own man. Don't follow him too closely, whether it looks fun or seems like the right thing to do in these times. We've both got our flaws, and because of them, people paid with their lives. So, I think in a way, that's the rock that broke the glass, I suppose. Why we are the way we are.
Well, I guess I've seen a recent example of that. I mean, he took me to the mead hall before we went out and helped you and Vec. So,
No,
yeah.
you don't. Seriously, when I say be careful around him, we used to have this sweet, wonderful, innocent gnome, and she was dreadfully in love with another of our party members, and she would always go to Draven with advice. He would give her the worst pickup lines. Every time she attempted to seduce her lady love, one of Draven's lines would leave her mouth, and she would get a slap, she would get laughed off, and sometimes even a drink thrown on her head. Mind you, this is one of the smartest women that I have ever seen, and that's saying a lot for, a rock gnome.
So rock gnomes are normally a little bit on the slower side of the intelligence scale.
No, more, they tend to be pretty quick, sharp-minded, whether it's about the lay of the land around them or simply picking up on the subtleties of magic. She was fantastic, and surprisingly the oldest. She still behaved as though she was the youngest, though. It was a weird. I think Draven called it a loli? A lolly? I'm not sure. She wore a lot of weird outfits, too. We don't need to talk about that. I'm talking too much. And I take another drink.
With that, we're gonna pause the conversation and take our break, guys.
Okay, cool.
I would like to get something to eat. So
Oh.
let's just do 10 minutes this time, so we can get this, get as much done as we can today. Because, like I said, I got a soft cutoff time here that I can go a little past, but I'd like to get off on our regular schedule. So we're gonna pause it, and we'll be back in a few minutes. And welcome back. Oh, I had me some good tacos. But anyways, let's jump back into this. We're going to pause on Simon and Ross for the moment and jump back down to our other three still in the tavern with Claw Keck. I think the last thing that was mentioned was he had a few resources he may be, he may be able to supply you, but you definitely needed to discuss how you wanted to try and go about getting out of the city with your group. As he sits there, at this point, he kind of turns away, and you see that the brow become furrowed again as he's kind of in thought. There's a sadness to this man. Kind of like you can look at Ross and tell he's always angry. You can look at this guy and tell he's sad, even though he puts on a pretty good front most of the time. But it does come through in this moment, especially talking about the awakening and everything. But yeah, you guys are still sitting there, and he kind of turns away and stares off into the distance, kind of absent-mindedly chewing on a piece of food that he grabbed from the tray on the table. Also, Rowan and the rest of you do recall Mala wanted to speak with y'all a couple hours after sundown too, by the big tree.
We still have to speak with Mala. And I need to send a message to Thebe.
Afterwards, I must attend to something with Ross.
Dude, Ross is in high demand tonight, bro. Fuck.
Because they all want to fucking make me. I mean, they all want to make me even angrier. That's why. Please continue. I'm sorry.
So funny.
What's the time right now?
So it's at this point it's been about an hour since the sun went down. So you're looking at probably between 7 and 8.
I think it's about time you summon the others so we can meet with Mala.
I think I just saw Draven go up with a bunch of girls. I am not walking in on that room.
I think it would be funny if you just appeared in his head.
Actually, you can. You are linked.
Very loudly, she's gonna think, Draven, we have to meet Mala in 2 hours.
There's a moment of silence, and then... Hold that thought, woman. Ha, I probably will not be done here by then. Just go on without me. I am entertaining guests.
Outside of the mental link, she mutters so much for being a leader.
How did it go?
He says he won't be joining us. He's a bit too busy.
Tell him to keep his hands where they're meant to be, and meet us by the tree. As well as those 2 women he went up with.
I think there's back at Draven.
My hands exactly where they need to be. Mind your business, woman, and he will snap himself out of the link.
Interesting.
I don't know what it is, but he's been up a bit of a bitch recently.
Ooh.
Especially towards
Recently?
Rowan. Yeah.
Well.
I mean, he's always been that way, hasn't he? You know, a bitch.
Fair enough. But I meant even more so recently.
I just assumed it was the alcohol.
No. It feels almost like contempt.
Well, he can feel contempt later. We have important business to attend to.
I think we should vote that Draven should not be leader anymore.
I don't think that was a vote that was necessary. I don't think anyone in the party assumed he was leader in the first place.
He just designated himself.
A self-designated leader is usually the worst.
Oh my god, I gotta text Andres.
Then who should be the leader at this point?
Um,
I would normally elect Ross, but he seems extra broody recently.
do you want my honest opinion, Rowan?
Probably. Yeah, I think that should be best.
I feel none of us are going to be a good leader. I'm not going to volunteer the position. Ross is too stuck in his head and too angry at his demons as well as the rest of the world to lead with a sound mind. Simon is like Thebe's older brother. Thebe is Thebe. Draven has his ego. And you care too much.
Fair enough. Yeah. Have us all to a T there, huh?
Well, I don't spend my time in the library for nothing.
Vec, man,
But-
are you? I'm sorry to interrupt, but are you still just kind of eating and listening to what's happening?
He's just there drinking now at this point.
Okay.
Actually, at this point, he's just like, he's gonna stand up. Need fresh air, and he will just walk out of the tavern to just walk around.
Watching him walk out, I'm just gonna whisper to Rowan, and I don't think I have to explain myself for Vec.
Fair enough.
The best teams are born of minds who are able to work together, not those who are willing to bend under one person. We don't need a leader, we need a strategy. And we need to trust each other.
I'm going to be honest, we don't have much of a strategy.
No, but we're alive nonetheless. Dumb luck, or the hands of fate.
Dumb
With
luck.
what we've done so far, if we were to build a strategy, I believe we'd be unstoppable.
Sean, what the fuck is going on over there, bro?
I'm so mad at the two of them, man. Just
Oh.
talking the
We're-
biggest trash down there.
Keep them
We
in the
need
bar.
to jump them so badly when they're sleeping. I'm talking the bars of soap in the pillowcase, just whop, whop, whop.
Damn. That's funny.
I mean, there've been attempts to do strategy, to make a strategy, to come up with something, but usually at the end of the day, when we end up in a battle, what happens is everyone goes off on their own.
Well,
Or it's Draven going, hey, follow my lead. And it not really working out that well.
here's a quick tip from someone who's read his fair share of military books in the library as well. A strategy is a game plan, but when the action starts, that strategy gets thrown out the window the second something that you didn't expect happens. You need to be able to think on the fly. You need to be able to react. You can't follow a strategy to the T when your opponent doesn't even know that you have one.
So we make a plan, try to follow the plan. Everything goes wrong, we throw the plan away.
Exactly. Precisely what we've been doing.
Sounds like a plan.
We have a start and an end. Whatever happens in the middle is up to us to react properly to it.
So we just need to cover each other. Anyone's weakness we make up for.
You're getting it?
Anyone's strengths we try to support.
Exactly.
And we try not to leave the squishy ones behind. I say looking pointedly at you.
I'll keep that in mind the next time it happens.
Okay. So, Vec went out. Draven's doing whatever Draven does. Ross and it looks like Simon are upstairs or whatever, wherever, in some sort of wherever they are.
Yeah, they are upstairs in the.
Upstairs, and we need to meet Marla in 2 hours.
You're muted, Sean, if you're talking.
No, I was talking to myself, trying not to say anything. I will point out you did only ask Draven. Just saying, you have a mental link. Strategists, oh great thinkers. Just saying.
Is that wait, Rowan? Is that a little shade on you right there?
I'm gonna turn my mic off. I'm gonna turn my camera off. Please continue. Sorry.
We have part of our team still stuck in Luca Lane. If I'm going to be honest.
Would you rather that part be here? He did have an assignment, and he seemed rather excited to complete it.
Yes, but he could still do that here.
He could. But if something were to happen here, the promise that he has second-handedly made to Carvana may not be kept.
It's been 24 hours since Thebe started smoking, or more.
I mean, he just started that this morning.
Yeah, we started at the same
'cause y'all
day.
teleported here today, and y'all gave that back to him today. So
Got it. Okay.
I mean, there's a little time difference here because y'all are so far north, but it's still today. Yeah.
I'll give him a few more days.
Either way,
We can't.
I'm going to try to speak with Ross. You try catching up to Vec. He did not seem well. And then we'll try to meet up with Mala in a couple of hours.
Okay, that's a plan then.
And I'm gonna get up and start making my way to B2. It's gonna be a
Making
party.
my way to B2. Okay.
And I'll follow. I'll go out the door and look for Vec.
Okay. Vec, when you get up to go get some air, would you just kind of wander thinking, or did you have a specific place in mind that you were looking for?
He would wander thinking to himself a bit, and then afterwards it's like he just feels antsy,
Okay.
like feeling there's like this, like something. How to describe it? He doesn't want to sit still.
Gotcha. Restlessness.
Yes.
Okay, you walk outside, and at this moment in the night, you look up, and it's cloudy. There's snow falling. It's chilly. It's cold. You can hear the battle raging outside the walls, but just barely, like the faintest hint of it. Every once in a while, maybe the shing, the very quiet shing of swords clattering. Other than that, it is mostly quiet and peaceful here on the streets within the city. There's a light blanket of snow that covers just about everything. Carts that have been sitting and unused for a little while. There's still people moving about. Lights in windows. It's the city, even though it's nighttime, is still at a kind of an unrest. But even with that, there's still a peacefulness, a tranquil and feel to the snow-covered streets, and you wander kind of aimlessly, and you kind of snap out of your thoughts for a moment and realize you have no idea what turns you took, you have no idea how far you walked, and now you have no idea where the fuck you are.
Somewhere in his head, it's just like, is this fine?
You notice there's a group following you. Mostly young humans.
He kind of stops walking and just turns around, just looks at them.
You turn around, look at them, and you see surprise, almost, and on some of their faces, even horror. Like they've like you've really spooked them by just turning on them, and you see quite a few of them actually take like a half step back as their hands go towards little knives and daggers. Maybe one of them is big enough to actually have a like a long sword, but one of the smallest ones of the group, and I don't know how familiar you are with humans and being able to determine maybe their age, but this one is really tiny. Like, it comes up to like your kneecap.
He's a little familiar with humans, as
Okay.
well. His friend is a human that did raise him.
So this one is a young female. She is definitely under the age of 10. She's very small. She steps up and like, she walks up to you, and you see a couple of the other ones reach out to like maybe stop her, but she's a little too quick for them, and she just walks up to you, and now she's standing there, neck craned back, looking straight up into your face. And you hear her say in common, in kind of a broken common, much like you speak, right? You are a demon?
I hear her say this, and I kind of just lower my massive figure down to her. Like, I'm just literally like almost sitting on my haunches at this point.
And still towering over her.
And I just like shake my head. No, demon. And I kind of just gesture to myself, like beating at my own chest. I'm no.
demons?
I kill demons.
She studies you for a moment, and then you see almost a shit-eating grin come over her face as she turns quickly and takes a couple of steps towards the group that is kind of gathered here of children, and she says something in another language, loudly, like proclaiming something. And you see her chest kind of puff out like she's done something that she's proud of or something, as the other kids all begin to kind of chatter at her and maybe ask questions. You're not sure because you don't understand what they're saying, but
Yeah. One thing I do is like just tilt my head to the side. I'm still on my haunches,
right,
trying to figure out what they're trying to like say or do.
Yeah, unfortunately, you have no clue what they're saying, but you can discern without making you make a roll for it. You can discern she's gloating, and they're just bombarding her with questions, probably about you. So she was the only one brave enough to step up to you and ask you something, so maybe that had something to do with it. But yeah, they at this point now they're kind of ignoring you.
Well, I guess that is the nature. And he just stands back up and just continues walking aimlessly.
Rowan, you exit the tavern. I mean, maybe just a minute or two after Vec, and he is nowhere in sight.
Oh.
Actually, give me a perception check.
Okay.
And I have a question for you, Vec. I'm gonna type it in Foundry here. I'm waiting for a response real quick, Rowan.
Mm-hmm.
You think that's the right command to whisper back to?
/W space DM or GM. I think it's
Okay, yeah,
yes,
that-
GM. Oh, apparently I'm getting a paragraph back.
No, I'm typing really slow.
Okay, Rowan, with the 22 perception, you see in the fresh fallen snow large paw prints leading off in one direction.
We're following.
Yeah, okay. It is not long before you come up on Vec, kind of crouched down on his haunches there, with a group of children almost in a semicircle around him, but probably 15 feet away, and one small child with her back to Vec, maybe 5 feet away from him, and there is just a raucous of chatter. Your little device that you have, your cone in your ear, it's trying to translate all of it at once. So it's coming out nonsensical, as it's only it's spitting out words from each of the different children talking at the same time. It makes no sense.
Okay.
You're getting words like demon, kill, did he stink, just different, just random shit like that.
I ignore the children. Vec! There you are.
And I just lift up my head and just look over.
There you are. I was looking for you.
What you need?
Just checking to see if you're alright.
I'm fine. Just wanted to get better.
Is it okay if I walk with you?
It's fine.
And I walk. If I walk forward, will the children part?
They kind of quieten down the chatter a little bit when you begin to talk to Vec. They kind of focus their attention on you in that moment. There's still a couple of them bombarding questions at the little girl. And now the little girl looks at you and says, she points to Vec. You friends?
He's a close friend, yes.
He said, kill demons? He killed demons?
Yes. Our group of friends, we kill demons.
She will motion for you to come closer. Like to approach her.
I'm not waiting for her to tell her to let me approach her. I'm already walking through the crowd of children because my friend is on the other side.
Oh, yeah. Well, but she's motioning for you to like come to her. Like she will like. You have a pretty good insight, and it's a child. It looks as though she wants to tell you something or ask you something, kind of in private.
I duck down so that I can talk, so that she can tell me whatever she wants to tell me.
You friends help save my daddy?
Is your father out there fighting?
She nods and makes a little kind of a affirmative noise.
We're here to end the fighting.
Yes, she understands this. She'll just kind of nod. You see a sadness in her eyes, but she turns and when she turns back towards the other children, they immediately pick up the bombarding her with questions, which your piece begins to kind of pick up bits and pieces of again. It's just too much for it to translate at once, so it's little words here and there.
Over the commotion, I say very clearly so that the translator can translate what I'm saying to them. One question at a time.
Yeah, the little translator does this job, and As the children all quieten down, you see all of them raise their hand.
And then oh jeez. I gesture to the girl. She gets to choose who gets to ask the questions first. I don't. And then I kind of think towards Vec. Hey, are you okay with this, or do you want to leave?
Beck is fine.
Okay, but let me know if you want to head out.
So you very quickly realize that the questions that start coming at you are things like, you fought the primes. Like that's a question. Like, did you fight the primes? What was it like? Did anybody die? Like these are the kinds of.
It's like story time.
Yeah, these are the questions that are coming at you. So would you take the time to answer all this?
I'll answer like maybe like a handful of questions, not much more than 5.
Time.
Okay.
And then I'll excuse Beck and I by saying that we have to go meet Mala.
Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, just kids' curiosity and wanting to know the morbid details of things that they probably too young to really be told at this point, you know. But
I'm not gonna give them the gory details.
right. But they're asking for them, which is, you know, that's what children do, you know. So, did you go to war? Did you kill people? Blah blah blah, shit like that. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's kind of how that goes. But I mean, you're only there with them for about 15 minutes, 20 minutes at the most. And they, as you and Vec walk off, they now distracted with some new information and whatnot. They do not follow you guys as they now kind of huddle together and begin, you know, making assumptions and taking liberties and making up stories of the little bits that you did tell them and embellishing on it, and you know, so but yeah, you guys kind of walk away. It's good to see the innocents still alive, even in the midst of all this hell. Boros, what are you doing?
So I make my way upstairs and try to find the room that Ross is in.
Alright, there you go. You should be loading. Yep, there you are.
Would Simon be gone at this point, or do you think?
You're muted, Anthony. Yeah.
Yeah, I left.
Okay.
I left. You know, undetermined amount of time before Boros came
Boros
up.
shows up. Okay, gotcha.
So would Simon go find another room to go to, or would he have headed back downstairs?
I'm going back downstairs and continue the party.
Okay.
Hanging out with this loser.
So
Bruh.
this Debbie Downer. So Boros, yeah, Simon would have come downstairs just before you headed up. So you would see him in the tavern before you headed upstairs.
Okie dokie.
Back at the table with you guys, I presume.
I'm gonna search for the telltale signs.
Hey.
Ross noises.
As you get further down that way, you hear telltale signs of shit you don't want to hear from Draven.
Oh yeah.
Oh, me daddy.
Step bro, what are you doing?
How long has it been?
Jesus.
I'm sorry. I'm
Do I
sorry.
need to get an audio clip to put for when you approach that room? You start to hear
Oh
that?
my gosh, please.
Getting
Oh,
paid by the
this is
minute, right?
It's been about 30 seconds.
All right, come on, speed this up. Speed this up.
Yeah, it wouldn't take you long
Oh,
to
God.
find Ross's room here.
Yeah.
I
Hey, DM, can you
What am I doing?
get rid of that? Get rid of that.
Oh, Simon? Yeah.
Yeah.
get rid of that.
Damn, bro. Simon's
No,
been.
Hmm.
I'm trying to respect, Anthony's wishes. That's all.
You know that.
I'm a that.
No,
That
no.
is not my proper gender, bro.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh.
Skip past that conversation.
Yeah. But I would say that, Boros, you hear like a lot of footsteps. They're in quick succession. There's a rhythm to them, and then you'd hear like a release of breath, exhaling. Um, I mean, it wouldn't. I mean, for someone as sharp-minded as you are, you can tell that someone's either exercising or something.
Exercising, you say?
He's watching cops.
Of course he would be.
Favorite show.
It's just called.
I'm gonna knock
It's just
on
called
the door.
guards here, though.
Yeah.
Gosh, y'all are too much.
Knights of the Round.
That's so funny.
What do you do, buddy?
The first 24? No.
Oh,
I'm knocking on the door.
Can... not cause property damage. Want to avoid that any more than we already have. You would hear the footsteps quickly come to the door, and you knock. I wouldn't even say anything. I open it and so, oh, Moros. I'm like upper body exposed. I'm shirtless at this point. I'm wearing like just kind of these leather breeches with no boots. Like you can see my feet. Got the
For
bunions
free?
out and everything. Yeah, yeah. And I've got a wooden sword held at my side. I'm sorry. Did you need to see me or speak with me?
Um, you can see he's never seen you like this.
Yeah.
He trips over his words a little bit. I need to speak with you.
Oh. Well, come in. And you see me turn, and you note that not only are there scars, but you kind of expected that. You've seen Ross before. He's probably been in plenty of fights. However, you do note there are portions of him that look it looks as though the flesh isn't alive. There's no color to it. It's very pale, and you probably are able to easily tell that there are signs of, in another creature, would definitely be necrosis, black veins, the blood seems especially blue, that kind of thing. Yep, the door closes. I assume that the others have gone to bed or returned to their drinking.
The others are not important right now. What is, and he sort of turns away from you. I must apologize. What I had seen was as a harmless prank seemed to really do a number on you. I did not expect the weight of our burdens to be weighing so heavily on you, and for that I am sorry.
I mean, I think that there would be at least 10 to 15 seconds of silence. If your back is still towards me, you don't know why, but if you ever glance around, I guess, do you glance around?
I'll give you kind of like a side eye. Like I'm looking at you with my peripheral vision, but I'm not looking directly at you.
Right. Yeah, my eyebrows are kind of arched, like, what? And my lips open and close as though I'm getting ready to say something, but then I stop and I open. Say nothing in that space of time, I think I would say to you, thank you. I suppose, and please don't ever convey this to him. I think Draven, unfortunately, knows me the best. He also knows how to piss me off the most, but I do carry my burdens too openly on my sleeves. I should not have lashed out the way I did. I just, I need us to succeed, and not only that, I need all of us to make it. And anything less than that, I won't accept it. If that means that I don't get to share in those moments that you spoke of, moments that we get to be alive, then maybe that's what it needs to be.
Ross, you may have signed your soul away, and you may, as he is looking at your necrotized body, be scarred more than any man ever has. That does not mean that you cannot enjoy your time with those you wish to hold dear. I am not saying that you must at every time, every corner, and that you must not be vigilant. What I am saying is that we will be here. We are not just throwing our lives away at the nearest danger. We are protecting each other. We are in this together. You and I, we may have our differences, but in that we are alike.
I hear your words, and you can see them working their way through my mind. Or I not. Right, of course you're right. I guess part of us not getting along is that you see things clearer than I do. And, well, I'm able to take a beating when you can't. But, as you said, maybe that's how it's supposed to work. Take each other's strengths and cover our weaknesses. Well said, Master Boros.
Master? Now, none of that.
Well,
One might
it's...
think you were Draven with how skilled you were at flattery. However, now's not the time for that.
You'd see a little red come to my cheeks, and just as I say, don't, please don't compare me to Draven. You don't want to hear what comes out of his mouth sometimes.
Oh, I heard plenty walking past his room trying to find this one.
Didn't even have the decency to use silence? I shake my head.
And he's going to turn back to you. Step a little closer. Just remember, just because we are weak individually does not mean we are not strong together. And if one of us are to falter, the rest are not at fault.
I understand, but please, don't ask me not to push myself to my very limits to ensure that you all make it, to make sure that we win, all of us. I
I
can't
would be
do
the
that.
last person to ask that. Do you not
Thank you.
see me?
Yes. I I don't know that you're entirely happy with your situation. Maybe it's what you wanted, but from what I know of you from before, there were things that you wanted and experience that you have lost. I have written some of it down. It it seemed right, considering you couldn't remember it. I would share it with you when and now if you would like.
I think I'd like to. And he gets distracted again, looking at your scars. He he puts a hand up, almost going to touch it, but stops himself. How long has that been afflicting you?
I don't even look. I know exactly what you're talking about. I I think now that you're looking, you also notice that my chest does not rise and fall. It there was an accident, a tragedy that Draven and I experienced, and I came away the worse of it, but certainly not as worse as others. They don't get to come back.
May I? As he reaches for the scars.
Yeah, go ahead. I nod.
He's gonna sort of trace along the black lines and study them. He will notice the lack of rising and falling in your chest. And when he touches your skin, is it warm or cold?
Cold.
You are not alive, are you?
Uh, I'm gonna say that there's a moment where I don't answer, and I would seem to be working through something after a fashion. No.
And no magics have been able to restore you to your previous state?
What I understand, soul, the hands of either a very powerful undead or either way, the body doesn't last very long without a soul to occupy it. It doesn't have any life force. And so, the more powerful we become, the more arcane I become, animated only by a and will.
So if we are to complete our mission here, what will happen to you?
I would ask you not to consider that. I think what we need to consider is completing the mission. I will explain more later, or when that victory is acquired. And I will be as transparent as possible, I promise, about everything. I give you this oath.
He sees the half-truth that you're serving him.
Yep.
Hold on. He sees the half-truth that you're serving him and thinks a little while. He doesn't lift his hand from your chest, but looks you right in the eyes. Whatever it is that is binding you to this plane or any other, we will find a way to bring you back.
I'll tell you that you see the line of my jaw kind of jut out, and my lips press together as I seem to be biting something. Before I give you a nod.
As I said, we are in this together. Nobody gets to be a martyr without good reason.
Damn. Why are we hitting so heavy tonight, man? Everyone chill out, man. Yeah, I think Ross would just say, even if the reason is penance.
I would not say that is a worthy, justifiable cause. Not me personally. A criminal made to serve their penance to die as a martyr for their kingdom. Well, that's not justice at all, is it? That's sending a man out to his death.
Can I just get like a persuasion roll or something? I don't know where to take this right now. I mean, I know where to take this, but I mean, I also like that dude. Boros is spitting bars right now,
He's smart for a reason.
dude. That's tough.
Here's your persuasion roll.
Okay.
This is Ross's much-needed therapy session after all the shit he's gone through.
Yeah, Simon got unloaded on. So that's y'all need to there's a reason walked out of the room and was like, I'm going back
I'm actually
downstairs.
gonna bust my inspiration for that one.
Oh snaps.
There we go.
Okay. Why do you have to be so damn right? Why can't I just die? I faulted already. I failed. Is that what you want me to say? I I watched them. I led them into death's jaws, and I failed. And then I died, and I was too scared to follow them. Tell me if penance is not the only punishment I am worthy of.
Well, when a soul has unfinished business, it tends to linger around. You said that your body is arcane. You said that your soul was ripped from it, but when a body is inhabited with a soul, with that soul comes emotion. And you are a being of great, strong emotion. While yes, it is mostly focused toward anger, I'm hard pressed to believe that you've lost it entirely. I believe you're here to finish the job that you started. I believe your soul has unfinished business. And I believe you still have people to protect. And as they you.
If like you like with your hand still on his chest, you can tell there's no airflow, but you feel like the flexing of muscle as though he's kind of just this instinctive physical event. There was a reason that I hated wizards. I always know just what to say when didn't want to think about anything and wanted to jump blindly off the deep end. Boros, thank you. I must think. Please don't tell anyone else. I don't care if you tell them about my body. That's irrelevant to me. If I were a walking corpse, I would follow you all until you hacked me down. But I do mind you telling them, especially that fool Draven, or Rowan for that matter. She... hero complex. She'll want to devote herself to bringing me back. We can't be distracted. I need you to swear to me now that you will keep my original intentions to yourself. And in doing so, I will also swear to you that I will do nothing rashly if there's a chance to reverse what's been done.
He seems to think for a moment and seems to be contemplating something. And you can almost feel him shivering a little bit. But it quickly passes. And he moves in closer and wraps his arms under yours in an embrace. I promise. Just don't go throwing yourself into the pit.
Yeah. I don't... It's awkward, right? I mean, it's awkward in the sense that you think that this guy has walked around with a barrier around himself for a long time. And, I mean, even from his response, imagine that you're probably one of the few people that wasn't trying to fight him, hold him down, or keep him from doing something, and just making contact for a connection. Well, aside from Rowan kissing him on the cheek, which was more of a joke, but it's slow, but yeah, he returns it, and you would hear him chuckle. I almost forgot what that...
Is Sean breaking up for you guys as well, or just me?
No!
And I think just you. I could hear him.
No, just you.
I heard him.
Okay.
Oh, I was scared. Okay. The diary. Please, let me retrieve it for you, I would say, after a moment.
Of course. And one more thing.
Yes.
Do I still have your word to watch me tonight?
I do stop mid-crouch. Of course.
Thank you.
As you're rummaging for this diary, another thing happens. Your companion is correct. With no soul, there would have been no bargain. And then you realize this thing can hear what you hear. Can it see what you see? Is it watching your every movement, your plans, as your companions and yourself drive forward with this path of destruction you've been leading? This is your patron.
Gotcha. Well, at least Papa's talking to me now. I will freeze as I stand up and look at the parchment, and then turn to you, Boros. My face, smile. You can decide if you believe it or not. I really liked Lazarus. Know that he liked me all that much, but we did share a few moments. Not much, but here. And I take a step, and then give it to you.
Well, from the levity that I felt when I first saw your face, I could imagine he liked you a lot.
Yeah, that's the brings on of like the smile that may or may not have been real is definitely real now. Thank you, Boros. Maybe you're right. Perhaps it's time for me to stop being a stuffy old young man and have a few drinks. Be down in a bit. I just... It's different. Someone knowing at least parts of the story.
As long as the burdens you carry are carried with other people in mind, they don't feel so heavy, do they?
No, I almost don't feel guilty for still being able to walk and talk. Almost.
Then Boros will return a smile at you. I'll see you downstairs. And he puts his hand on your shoulder. We will get through this together.
Together then.
And he nods and departs the room with the book.
I want to cry now. Bruh. Ugh. Oh, man. That was
You
tough.
feeling it? You feeling it,
Yeah.
Mr. Krabs?
That was tough.
Rowan, there's
Yes.
a pulse as you and Vec are wandering through the streets, making your way slowly towards the tree.
Vic,
Hmm.
do you feel that?
I don't know. Do I feel that?
Nope. It feels as... So, where's the staff at on you?
On my back, probably.
That's where it came from, like right in the middle of your back.
No. What should feel?
Something holy.
What does holy feel like?
Like warmth. Like sunshine after a rainy day.
Another pulse.
Sounds nice.
I reach back and I grab the staff.
The second you touch it, there's a flash in your mind, and the city around you is gone for just a second as you see an image of an entity that could only be the Prime fighting some type of warriors made of stone, it seems, and just beyond a massive gate leading down into a mountain. And then it's gone.
We're running out of
Do
time. We've run out of time.
What do you mean? What's wrong?
Baal is already where he needs to be.
Where?
Giant gate leading into a cavernous mountain.
We find others. We have to go now.
Yeah. Let's go find Mala. At the tree that she told us to meet at. And then I'm going to send a message to the mental link. Baal is where he needs to be already. Vec and I are going to Mala. At the tree.
I'll meet you there. You get a response.
Okay. Vec, let's go.
Rowan.
Mm.
Mhm.
You hear a voice in your head.
Mhm.
Is there any way you can come and retrieve myself and Lika and Thebe? Something is happening. Kravana is here with us.
What?
Going down. The
Hold on.
final
This is
countdown.
Jazz not knowing like the specifics of a spell, so just hold on.
Oh, that's fine. The rest of you, Simon, you hear this call out too, as Rowan has tried to muster you guys to go meet Mala. Are you responding to that?
I hear it. I'm still down in the, party room, right?
Yeah, you're still in the
Common
tavern.
room. Who else is around me?
Just other random people, and the Qualkek, the leader of these tribes, is still at your table in thought. But as far as your group goes, it's just you in there by yourself.
Okay. I get up and I look at Qual Kick, whatever, say, later, dude, gotta go. And run upstairs. I don't know where everyone else is.
Yeah,
I've been partying.
The only one you know for sure is, Boros headed upstairs, and Ross was up there. So,
Okay. I go back up there and knock on the door. Unless I hear it talking.
you see,
It doesn't matter.
you actually kind of meet up. Yeah, you meet up with Boros as he seems to just be leaving the room.
Okay. Did you hear that?
Hear what?
It was like a mental
It was from Rowan.
sending.
Yeah, no, it was from Rowan.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
saying
I
that-
thought this was from.
No, this was from
no.
Rowan saying that, hey, we need to go meet Mala. Shit's happening.
Through your psychic link.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. Wow. Okay.
You're good.
So everybody else heard it then.
Right. I was just
Okay.
asking, do you respond or you just get up and head out? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I go upstairs where at least I know 2 of them are.
Okay.
Well, 3, right? You probably know where Draven's
Well,
saying.
Would y'all get Draven for this? Because he
Oh.
is not in the connection.
I am going to. You know what? I'm sorry. I'm gonna shut up. Go ahead, Anthony.
hey, you got this, bro.
Gosh. Bruh, but I've already busted one door down. I'm busting the other
Okay.
door down.
All right. All right. All right.
So,
You bust the door down and you see a scene which you are unfortunately familiar with Draven. You don't want to. You've never asked what the potato is for. You've never, yeah. They all three just look at you, and Draven just, of course.
I will say that reaction, my going to kick the door in, would probably be after I've, gotten my armor on and whatnot. So at least 10 minutes,
Okay.
where Boros and Simon have a chance to do something. I don't know if you guys would do anything. If you don't, that's what's gonna happen. But I didn't want to rob you of that.
Oh no, I'm not doing anything.
I'm not stopping you.
Okay, then yeah, kicking the door in, plate armor on, sword at hip, and I would say nothing other than get dressed. The battle's here. There's no more time. We need to throw in at the tree. I'll wait.
The girls, of course, there's always that look of shock on the girls' faces. Draven is almost looks at you like he's expecting it, right? And he just looks at the ladies. Oh, I'm sorry. I need to go with my daddy, apparently. Things are happening. I will return, ladies. And he kind of shoos them out the door as the girls kind of squeeze past you. I would assume you barely move out of the way just for them to have to squeeze past you to get through.
No. This isn't about them. I mean, they didn't do anything wrong. I'm
Okay.
very courteous. I step out of the way, helm, in one arm. Once they leave, though, yeah, I'm in the doorway, waiting for Draven.
Always the worst times, I swear. As he slowly starts putting his clothes on, almost antagonizingly, like slow.
Yeah, he might as well be trying to tease Stone.
So yeah, it takes him a couple minutes, but when he sees that there's no change in your demeanor, he gets dressed normally. Starts throwing things on a little hastily for Draven, and grabs his shit. And within a few moments, you guys are headed that way. Draven begrudgingly. The tree's very easy to spot from just about anywhere in town. It is a massive tree. And there's this strange glow about it, so y'all can find y'all's way there pretty simple. As you guys... does anybody have anything before we get to the tree?
What's your ruling on gate?
I mean, what's this? How does the spell read? Let's see. Can you post it? If not, I can just click on. Let's see.
Yeah, you can go on a sheet.
You
There you
have
go.
it. Oh, you posted it. Okay. Oh no, you didn't.
I did. Oh, hold on.
Look at the components. I think that would be the sticking point.
It's not consumed though.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you have it.
I
That's all I'm
do.
saying. Okay, solid.
To a precise location on a different plane of existence.
Does it have to be a different plane of existence?
No, it doesn't have to be a different plane of existence. Unless I need to.
It says you can see within range to a precise location on a different plane of existence. So that gate is for you to be able to traverse planes, right?
I don't know. I only played
Okay,
as
fair
Moraine.
enough.
No,
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. Yeah.
Then to Sentinel. No, I don't have any way to bring you guys here.
You receive another message. Shit. Kavana can get us there, but that means he must stay here.
Oh, we're using multiple sendings from him, right? So I'll go.
Yeah. Well, you can respond to him. He just told you that, and so you can respond to him.
Does Deep have a way of traveling long distances?
Don't think he's high enough druid to do that. Let me see.
Might.
What
be.
druid is he?
He is a level 15 druid. Does he have
He's-
tree walk?
He should. He
might-
should have travel through plants and trees.
Might not have it prepared is the problem.
Right. But that's easier done than waiting for the rod of teleportation to recover, because that's a few days.
Right.
Alright, spells. Let's see. That's a pretty high. That's what, level 5, 6?
Yeah, I think it's a 6th level.
He does have tree stride, but it is not prepared.
Okay, that's a matter of long rest, right? So
Yeah. Now, I don't think anybody knows that he can do that.
I don't know he
unfortunately.
can't.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We will find a way. Give me a location.
There's ask Deckard for a memory of anywhere inside Paragoth. Some
Oh shit, Rowan's.
here.
My Discord is cutting out. Everybody's frozen
It
and y'all are
has-
breaking up.
Um.
Him. Is this
A lot of distinct landmarks. You can use the gatehouse, the tavern, what's his face's lab, or did you said that there's a giant freaking tree in the middle of the
Hergoth, yes.
giant ass tree in the middle of Paragon? I don't know.
A tree. I can. Maybe a Corvana can help with that. We'll find a way.
We'll wait for you. Baal is almost at the Worldstone, I think.
That is what Corvana has said. He says we will need... no, sorry. He says you will need all of our help. We are coming, Rowan. Stay safe. yeah, there's no more forthcoming messages from him at that point.
Got it.
So, now I need to speak with Andres to see if Thebe would be willing to do that. Because Thebe's in this weird place right now. Okay, anybody else? Anything else before y'all get to the tree that y'all would say or discuss or...
No.
Okay.
I'll probably pick up Rowan to get there faster by running.
Okay.
And here we go. Yeah, so within about 20-30 minutes, y'all begin to kind of trickle in 2-3 at a time, you know. And Mala is... So when y'all get there, this tree, for those that have seen Iniphis, it is not nearly on scale with how big Iniphis was. But it is still, in its own right, a pretty massive tree. Think redwood, right? And it's very out of place here because there's no other trees growing on top of this plateau on this mountain. And there is a faint glow that just kind of, it's almost like insects within a cloud just kind of pulsing and rotating around this tree. But when you look, it's not actual bugs or insects, it's just little pulses of light. And Mala is, when you arrive, you see Mala leaning, she's kneeling down. She has one hand placed on the tree, almost in or prayer, it seems. As you guys approach, she sits up and turns, and I would imagine Rowan and Vec would get there first because Ross had to put his armor on and had to get Draven and all that. So you guys are the first two to arrive. But the only thing she would say prior to the rest of you getting there is something's happening, basically, you know, which I assume you would confirm that y'all heard the same. But she insists that you wait until everybody's there, you know, so there's no asking the same questions, stuff like that. So at that point, you know, the rest of you would arrive, and Mala would... it seems as though... well, I was going to discuss a lot of things with you. Maybe catch up and ask how your friends are doing, but apparently there's no time left. It's curious. For a while there, I could not speak with Iniphis. It was just gone. And recently, I found the connection again.
Iniphis was destroyed by the time we got to it.
You see her eyes furrow. I mean, her brows furrow a little bit, and then you see her face kind of lightens up. That answers a few questions, actually. But regardless, she kind of points to the tree behind. Well, at her. Here, it's almost consuming her as big as it is. But she points up at this tree. This is, well, it's just a way of communicating with Iniphis. A few of us can do this. It is taxing. Talking to Iniphis is like sticking your head in a well of knowledge and then trying to pluck out one small strand of that knowledge, if that makes sense. but I fear we have run out of time. You must find a way to the temple. There is a way to find it. It is hidden, but there is a rock when you get to the. As she points off in the distance, with you can see the kind of the shadows of the mountainscape, right? Or the darkness, that it kind of blots out parts of the sky. She points, the third mountain peak there. When you get there, on the, traveling west, on the northern side of the mountain, you'll find a small, flat, bluff, sort of. There is a rock that looks like a small beast. If you stand behind this rock, looking in the direction the beast faces, you will see the path to the temple. You must get there. You will have to defeat the agents, but I am sure you're capable of that. That's the only way to get the temple to open.
The ancients wouldn't happen to be stone warriors, would they?
Yes, I'm afraid Baal is in the process of fighting them now, as we speak.
Oh, I also saw that.
How did you come to see this, Rowan?
The staff showed me.
The staff?
I take the staff from off my back and kind of hold it in my hands.
Have you attuned to this staff? Have you tried attuning to it, or have you just been holding on to it?
Well, she's not a martial. She doesn't. You said it's a martial weapon, right?
No, staff is a simple weapon. Anybody can use a staff.
You told me it was a martial weapon.
It took the shape.
It was like a glaive.
It took the shape of a glaive. Since you've had it, it is now just a normal staff.
Oh. Okay, if it was a staff, I would have attuned. If it was a glaive, I would have been like, who wants it?
Well, I don't think you would have noticed, simply because you just kind of placed it and left it, right? But now that you take it out, you realize that, man, this wasn't shaped like this before. But yeah, it is definitely just a simple staff now.
Huh. I kind of ask in my head, like, wasn't this longer?
Yes.
Like a day
was
or two
absolutely.
ago?
It was absolutely. I mean, you have no answer forthcoming, but you're not going crazy. It was at one point a much different weapon style. Oh, as you're holding it and kind of having these thoughts, that's a piece of Iniphis. Why do you have this?
Gave it to me? It's a long story, Mala. Iniphis gave my friend who lost his leg a peg leg, and then he became a tree, and then now he says he's part Iniphis, and he said, and he gave this to me, but it wasn't like this. It was a glaive, and now it's short.
Well, I can't answer any questions you may have. I've never seen this, but if he gave it to you, there must be some reason. Regardless, we have to find a way for you to get out of the city quickly.
something about Henrik's machine, flying contraption.
Oh, by the stars. I don't know if you want to take that, dear. Heinrich is... he is a very wise man, but... Well, no, he's a very smart man, but not wise. He rushes things, and sometimes they don't work quite as intended. It's a risk. That contraption just doesn't even make sense. I don't know how it flies. It does fly, but he's never taken it out of the city.
I think we, as a group, should discuss that. I did reach out to, well, correction, Sentinel, reached out to me. I'm addressing the entire group, by the way. He, Kavana, Thebe, and Lika, they're going to try to find a way to join us here. I think we're going to need all the help we can get. So, in the meantime, I think we should, as a group, go over the options we have before we make any rash decisions. There's two ways out of the city. Either in the sky, with a contraption that not everyone seems to believe in, or out the front gate through tens of thousands of enemies.
Are we together or we're still all arriving at the tree?
Yeah, y'all are all there now.
I think that we take the shortest route. Flying machine seems to be our answer. Any of us have ways to mitigate falling to our deaths and the deaths of others, but more importantly, we need to get there before it's too late.
If Sentinel manages to find a way here, if he comes with us, I think his magics might be able to keep the contraption working. He is a cleric of the Forge.
Well, that's all for the better. After the fighting today, I don't know that any of us are up for attempting this. So a day's rest is needed anyway.
Then we'll give them a day to find their way to us.
And pray that it is not too... Is Mala... Oh, go ahead, sorry. Go ahead, Jesse.
If you're gonna ask Mala something, I would say go ahead first.
I was gonna ask Mala something. I look to older woman. Never. I've seen her.
Mm-hmm.
I think
y'all had
everyone-
a conversation. Yeah, she was
Yeah,
shocked.
yeah.
You were shocked she knew about Simon and all that.
Yeah, we I've seen her once before.
I think you like her because she told you how much, or she knows how much of a fool and a flamboyant loudmouth that Draven is.
Yeah. Having seen her once before, I would look at her and ask the place where the primeval is at. You said the protections are there resisting it for the time being. How long do you think they can hold?
She looks at you as you're asking this, and you see her turn and walk over towards the tree. She places her hand upon it, and once again, she kind of bows her head, closes her eyes, and she stands there in silence for a good 3 or 4 minutes. Would you wait All right. Um, about, like I said, 3 or 4 minutes pass, and as she removes her hand, um, she turns and faces you. One of the ancients is down, only two remain. There are other protections within the temple, but I don't see a creature such as him being halted much by them.
So do we have hours or minutes?
The temple is somewhat set up as a maze to find your way through. I would say maybe a few more minutes before it finishes off the ancients, but who knows how long it would take him to find his way through the temple. Could be minutes, no, could be hours, could be days, depends on his cunning. There are traps in there as well. Again, I don't think such traps will stop something such as Baal. Time is of the essence, yes, but even if he does reach the Worldstone, it is not an immediate thing to corrupt it. That will take time.
Okay. Do we know if the process beginning harm to sanctuary, or is it the completing of the corruption spell the end?
Okay. I think I got the gist of what you asked. I lost some of
Yeah.
it. You broke up in there for me, anyways. So
I'm sorry. I also need to get a new headset.
I
I'll
think it's
probably...
Discord, dude. I think Discord's just tripping.
Fair enough. Yeah. So basically, to clarify, I'm asking if he starts, is that like causing tsunamis, earthquakes?
Okay.
You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Got it.
And then the end result is the end, or does he have to finish before there's any impact scene?
The corruption of the Worldstone is something that's never been done. I'm sorry, I can't. I can't speak as to what may happen. I just know the end result is the barrier between this world and the Celestials and the demons will be dropped, and they can come and go as they please at that point.
On an ending note, unless anyone has anything else to say.
I mean, not to Mala, but to the group, yeah.
Yeah, I had something to say to the group as well, so go ahead, Jesse.
So I've had this staff for I don't know how many days. It's magical. Any ideas of who should be using this?
It's been 2 days, by the way, because you got it, and then the next day y'all teleported here.
Okay, I've had this for 2 days. No, I've had it since we came back from Sorja, right?
Yeah.
It's a few days travel through to Sorja.
Oh,
so
that's
it
true.
could
Yeah,
be-
yeah. Y'all didn't teleport. Y'all actually no. Y'all teleported. Oh, you took the waypoint, so you walked from the monastery to Sorje. So yeah, you have had it for at this point probably 5 days.
I've had this for 5 days. Any ideas who this should go to?
What are you trying to hand off?
A staff.
It's from Inifis.
The Inifis tree.
Oh.
Do you know what it is? Could someone divine that?
I could.
I mean, yeah, Boros is a wizard. Wizards have staffs.
Boros, could you take a look at the staff?
Sure.
You're not a proper wizard without a staff.
It'll be just a few minutes.
You doing it as a ritual?
I'm doing it as a ritual because I don't have it prepared.
Okay. What takes what, like 10 minutes or something, or 11 minutes?
About, yeah.
Okay. What the fuck was that? Oh. Those sound effects always scare the shit out of me. Like
Why?
Because it's like, it's loud on my side, like really freaking loud. And I'm like, what just broke? Okay, so this would be yeah, okay. There is you don't get any detailed information as far as like what it's capable of. Instead, you get almost like a detect magic instead, whereas you pick up there is something divine about this, and also some type of transmutation magic that you've never seen.
There's not much about this. Almost no information I can glean from it, at least. There's overwhelming divine energy about it, and something transmuting it. This was a glaive when you first collected it, yes?
Yes.
Then perhaps the weapon transforms to best fit its wielder.
But there's no way to know what it does unless you actually use it.
I would assume so.
I would recommend someone attunes to it. That way, at the very least, it happens. I not suggest Rowan, unfortunately. Can't afford to have what happened to Vec when he grabbed the mace happen to you. Boros, I don't think you should do it either. Vec, it's between you and I will explain something to you all when we are alone, but I want to volunteer to try it, at the very least to see what it does. Does anyone disagree?
Sure.
Although Carvana gave it to us. I don't think Carvana would give us a cursed object.
Well, given the divine nature of the thing, I highly doubt that anything bad would happen to the wielder. I think Ross should take it.
Okay.
As I said, I seek only to understand it. If we decide that I keep it, very well. Yeah.
He's fine.
Staff then.
I had the staff over.
Okay. I'll add that to your inventory this week. For right now, as y'all have this discussion, once y'all have this discussion and it's handed over, Amala says, "Stop by the shop. By the lab before you leave to go anywhere. You'll have to come there to meet up with Heinrich, anyways. But Korkek has sent word that we are to give you a few supplies for your journey."
It would be most appreciated.
Anything we can do to help, dear. I also must say, looking at you and Simon specifically, she says, I know I asked you, and it was your choice if you would come help, but I am sorry for pulling you into this. I saw no other way to save our world. Or yours.
As you said, it would have spread to our world regardless. So it's better to stop it when we can.
Yeah, she walks up, and she just gives you a almost a motherly smile, like a loving smile, Rowan, and she turns to Simon and says, you know, there are doubts within you, but you have the makings of a great leader. Don't give up on your city just yet, boy. And she walks off. Oh, see you in the morning, I suppose. She walks off down the road.
Yes, ma'am.
Aw, it was super wholesome though.
I think with that, that's where we're going to end it tonight. So, I think that's a good place. So, we will continue this hopefully next week. Hopefully there's no issues. Hopefully everybody's safe in here for next week. Again, just let me know if you can't make it as early as you can. You know, I get things come up last minute. So, but until then, if you're watching, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that comment. Comment. And we will see y'all next week as the group possibly heads off to what may be their final battle for this campaign. Yeah, see you then.
Bye.
Later.